Hey everyone, this is Bree from Canine Perspective here with one of our boarded trains, Taco. In this video, we'll be going over how to find the contact level. So what you want to do, you want to start off by making sure that the collar is properly fitted. So it should be on either side of the neck by the ears. You want to avoid the throat area. The collar should be fitted snug enough to where you should barely be able to put a finger underneath. This just helps with the contact, because if it's too loose and if it's moving around, it can make getting the contact or making contact more difficult. So even here, I could tighten it a bit. Right, yeah. So once you've fitted it correctly, you want to make sure you're looking at the box and the area that it's around. So it's on his left side here. So I'm going to start with the remote at 5, and then I'm just going to look for, you'll see like the muscle twitch. So that's when you know it's made contact. So 5, tap, 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 not seeing anything. So look to 10, tap, tap. I'll turn them around so you can see. So we're at 10, tap, tap, tap. Go 14, tap, tap. 16, tap. 'There we go. Okay, so that was 41. So I'm going to dip back down. We'll go 15. So after we've made contact, you want to find the perception level. So the perception level is when they start to feel it, but there's not too much concern. So 14, tap, tap. So you'll notice it there. He's probably opting to lay down because he thinks that's what I want. So working level, we'll go 20, tap, tap, 23. So with the working level, we want the dog to be showing a bit more like concern. This number should be very concerning to them. So you'll see them start to like move around more. Tap, tap. So we'll take 36 since he moved in closer. So that would be finding contact, making contact, finding perception, and then finding the working level. So now that you find your working level, it could be different every time. So let's say that you start off on 36, going for a walk. You have to end up going higher. If you always end up going to that higher number for your walks, then I would just automatically, once you start your walk, step out that door after their potty break, start off on that number and kind of see like if that makes a difference. But you don't want to just keep a number and stick with a number just because it worked one time. These numbers are contextual based, so it can always be changing depending on weather, distractions, environments, if maybe you haven't made contact. So that's just some things that you want to be aware of when you're taking him for walks or using the e-collar.
Hi, it's Enrique with Canine Perspective. We have Taco, board and train. We found his working number. It's going to be 50. In this video, we're going to be covering the heel. So the heel, the concept of it is or the end result is going to be Taco's going to be walking with me, stopping when I stop, and just staying with me. And this is all with a very loose leash. So e-collar is going to basically do all the work for us. And he's going to be right here on my left side. So his right shoulder, so I'll show right here. So right here is perfect. His right shoulder aligned with my left leg. So it's walk with me, stay with me, sit when I stop. He's not allowed to, again, loose leash, he's not allowed to sniff, forage, do any of the dog nonsense. He's just supposed to be following my left leg. So when we're starting this, when we walk, or when I walk with him, he's most likely going to forage. So I'm going to start walking. I'm not going to use any words yet. When I start walking, he's going to forage. When he forages, when that right shoulder passes my left leg, I'm going to do an immediate 180 and tap. So it's going to be, once he passes, it's going to be a tap, 180. And I'm going to continue tapping until he comes back to my left leg. And then he's probably going to go ahead again. Once he passes my left leg, it's going to be a tap and turn. So every time he passes, tap and then turn. If he lags, so I'm walking and maybe he wants to smell something, he falls behind, or maybe he puts the brakes on and he doesn't really want to follow the pressure or go along with the pressure, I keep walking and then I tap until he catches up. So what you'll see is he's going to be putting the brakes, and I'm going to keep walking. I'm tapping, and then he's just going to just flush out and just go with just follow me. So if he forages, which means he passes my left leg, one tap and turn. If he's lagging, tap, keep walking. If he goes to my right side, because heel is only the left side. If he goes to my right side, I'm going to pull to my left. I'm not going to be dragging him or using too much force. I'm going to be tapping at the same time though, so that the e-collar is the one that's making him move to my left side. What else? So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and start. Also, I'll be using the word, the break command. So heel, at the end, when I cue the word heel, walk me, stay with me, sit when I stop, on my left side, always. Then when I say his release command, which will most likely be break, then he can do whatever he wants. He can go potty, smell, he's just released from my left leg. So yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and start. I'm gonna position myself on his right side, and then I'm going to give slack because we want him to make the mistakes so that he learns. So right here's a good amount of slack right above his armpit. It's not too low, so he won't step over it. And then if we have it too low, he's going to start stepping over it. Then we're going to keep pausing to take it out from under his arm. But we also don't have it too tight up here, because then we're not going to be teaching anything. Like if we have the slack, he's going to go forward, we teach with the e-collar. But if we have this tension here, it doesn't give us the chance to teach him anything. So we're going to give some slack. Then I'm going to be trying incorporating food. I tried before the video started, and he wasn't really taking it. Or, never mind, he's taking it now. Yeah, so he only takes it when he wants it. He's not going to take it all the time. I will keep trying to, give him the option of give him the reward, and If he doesn't take it, he doesn't take it. If he takes it, good. So yeah, so we're gonna start walking. Again, I'm at 48, and then I'll explain what during the process. So I'm gonna start walking. See right here. Good. I'm going to do a slow turn. So right here, he's on my right side, so I'm gonna pull a little bit, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. I'm going to tap for him to speed up. Or never mind, he got. I'm going to slow to a stop. Good. He did come with a prong collar, and I can tell that his owner might have been doing some training with him. I took the prong collar off. I just put the slip lead on him because I want to make sure that it's the e-collar doing all the work. So right here, part of the heel is the auto sit. So when I come to a stop, he's to sit. So when we're teaching that, it's just leash pressure up and then tap. So if I'm walking, I slow down, I stop, and then if he's not sitting, I do the leash pressure up and tap. I'm going to bump my number to 50, or I'm going to go to 60. And I'm going to do this again. I'm going to tap for him because he's lagging. Slow to a stop. Up and tap. Good. See if he'll take some food. Here we go. I'm going to do this a few more times. So far he's doing good. Again, I think the owner was, training him with prong collar, so he's walking pretty nicely. I'm going to start using the word heel. So right here, he's standing. It's going to be up and tap, tap. Good. I'm going to bump my number again to 65. So I'm going to start using the word heel and starting with the left leg. So that's going to be heel, tap, tap. So here he's lagging. We're going to give a tap here. Slow down. So he's not sitting, so up and tap, tap, tap. Good. Reward here. Do a few more times. So it's heel. Tap for the lagging. Tap. Slow to a stop. Good boy. Heel. So I'm repeating the word a lot just to drill it out. So right here I'm going to give a tap, tap, up and tap, 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 tap. Good. I'm gonna accept this sit for now. It's right here. Tap. Good. Heel. Tap. Tap. And then if he's paying attention, so he's paying attention, and I haven't had to do any 180s because he's been usually staying behind. If anything, I'm usually just tapping for those when he starts to lag. But when he's paying attention and then I'm turning, I'm not going to do an abrupt turn just because I want to give him the chance to see my my cues. So if I slow down, he slows down with me. I know he's paying attention. So then I proceed to turn and or stop. So heel. Tap for the leg. Tap, tap, Good. Tap, tap, tap. Tap. I'm going to dip down. Heel. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, 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 tap. And then his break command, break. So now he can do whatever he wants. So that's basically the concept of heel. We didn't see any foraging. We saw a lot of lagging and going to the right side. But so far he's doing good. He's starting to take his food now, which is good. Hi, it's Enrique and Taco, our board and train. We just covered the heel command. So now we're going to be moving on to place command. So place is, so I would, cue the word place. Taco is supposed to go on place with the placemat, which right now is the dog bed, and then he is not allowed to hop off the perimeter of it. So he can lay down, sit down, stand, chew on a bone, do whatever he pleases. He just cannot hop off or do any inappropriate behavior such as chewing on the bed. So the Taco place, he stays there. He's only released when given the release command, which would be break. We're using a lifted dog bed. It could be anything from a towel, rug, yoga mat, couch, or his own dog bed. So it doesn't really matter as long as you practice this descending to. So what I'll be teaching Taco in a bit. I'm going to dip down because we are teaching something new. So right now I'm not going to use any words. I'm not going to say place. Just going to focus on him going to place with the e-collar. So right now I'm going to start close and work my way farther. So what I'm going to be doing is using leash pressure and then pairing that with the e-collar. So it's going to be leash pressure and tapping until he goes to the placemat. So right here's good. Here's the leash pressure. Oh, and things to expect. He might resist. He might not want to go. Or he might just accept it and then just go to the placement. Again, no words, just the leash pressure and tapping. So here's the leash pressure. Tap, tap. There we go. See if he'll take food. Nope, not today. Okay. So this is good. So now I will release him. Break. Good boy. Now I'm going to keep repeating this. Good. So leash pressure and tapping. And dip down. Tap. Good. So if he's not going to take food, I'm just going to give him some pets. Break. Good. Tap. Tap. There he goes. Good. Break. So what I'm not doing is I'm not doing this. I'm not dragging him here because he's pretty. He's good with leash pressure, so he can do it with that way. But what we want to start getting him to the point where if I give a tap, he just goes without any help from me. So right here, and then leash pressure, and then tap, tap. I take one step forward to tap. There we go. Boy. Break it. So now, I'm just going to give the tap. I tap once. There we go. Good boy. Break it. tap. There we go. Break. So let him settle. If he goes in that placemat, I won't tap for him to get off. I would just use leash pressure to pull him back off. The reason is because we need something to teach, and if he's just going in placement by himself, then it's not allowing us to teach anything. So I'm going to give it a tap, tap, tap. I'm going to use leash pressure to help him, so tap, there we go. So he seems to, just accept the pressure. He's not accepting food, so I'm just doing my best to, let him know he's doing something good. So now, with like the duration work, as soon as we teach place, we just start duration work immediately. So we have columns. By those columns, there's placemats and there's tethers. So we tether the dog to the placemat, giving them enough leash to make mistakes so that we can correct it. So I would place Taco. Maybe I have to work with another dog, so I would have Taco's remote on me. And if he were to step off, then I would tap. So for the duration, so I've just been practicing sending off. So how to practice duration, I would do a little walk around. I have my leash like this, and if he gets off, I stand still and tap, tap, good. I continue to walk around. So tap, one tap, he goes back on, and then I continue my walk around. So here he decided to just settle and lay down. Pause and go the other way. Give him some praise. Again, he still just stay on there because sometimes dogs will get up after you give them some praise and or food. Pause. Good. Break. So now I can start using the work. Place, tap, tap. There we go. So I would just keep drilling this out throughout his training. Do the place, do a little walk around. And then after this, he is on his own placemat on these columns doing duration work for a few hours. Alright, so in Reactive Canine Perspective, we have Taco here. Today we're going to be teaching him the stay command. So when he's in heel and I come to a stop, he is in an automatic sit, which means I don't have to say sit. When I come to a stop, he just sits by himself. So if we're in a heel and we want him to stay there, let's say we have to go, let's say for example, picking up, he said he poops, we put him in a heel and he's here, you want to get the poop, but you want him to stay away and let him stay away so you can do your thing, you're picking up the poop and throwing it away. So you wouldn't say sit because he's already in a sitting position, so what you would say is stay. So I'm going to go ahead and put Taco in a heel, and then when I come to a stop, I'll show how that would look. So heel, tap, 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 tap. So when we come to a stop, he sits. Again, he is not in a sit, he's in a heel. He's in the sitting position, but I did not say sit. So for stay, what we do is wave our left hand in front of him, cue the word stay, and then we pivot out with our right foot. So heel is left leg, stay is the right leg. So it's going to be stay. I'm going to position my leash like this, pivot out my right foot. So right here he gets up, so tap. So I had the leash like this because I'm going to assume he's going to get up because I never taught this before. So when he gets up, I give pressure up and then tap. I return to his side, give him some praise, heel. I slow it to a stop. I'm going to tap, 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 tap. Position him right. Stay. Pivot out with the right foot. I'm going to do a little walk around. So here's tap. Good. And then when he gets up, it's important to pause and correct it, because if you keep moving, he's going to think that he needs to follow you. So it's just to clarify for him, or clarify that he should stay. Good. I'm going to see if he'll take some food. Good boy, Taco. Good. So again, heel, tap, tap, boy. Tap, just eating up. Slow to a stop. Good. Stay. Pivot out with the right foot. Face him. Do a little walk around. Tap. Tap. Good. It's also important to have the leash like this, because if I'm like this and he moves, I'm going to end up being too late to put him back, because the most important part is to stay in the spot and the position he's in. So if I don't have my leash ready like this, then he's going to come to me, and then I have to reset, and then he's going to think that that was the answer. If he does end up getting to you, you continue tapping and then put him back in the spot he was in, and then repeat the walk around. Good boy. Break. Hi, so Reactive Canine Perspective. Today we have Taco. So the second part of heel is the turns, left turns and right turns. So in the first video I was saying, I'll repeat it again. Every time we come to a stop with Taco and he's paying attention, we slow down and then stop. The slow down is to help us see if Taco's paying attention, and then the slow down is also to help Taco see that there's going to be a change happening. So right now he's only been seeing the slow down and stop, slow down and stop. What we're going to start introducing is how we turn with the heel command. I'm going to start with the left turns. So when we're in heel, we slow down. If he's slowing down with us, then we proceed with the turn. If he's not slowing down with us, then we don't do the turn, we just do the correctional turn, which is the 180 and the tap and 180. So for the left turns, we're going to, so if I'm walking with him right now, heel, and then I'm making left, slow down, and then I'm going to start with my right, left, and then right. So it's very sharp turns with my right leg. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a try. Heel, tap. So I'm going to do it up here, and then I'm not tapping during the turn. If I slow down, he slows down with me, then I proceed with the turn. So it's going to be right, left, right. Tap, just get him up. I slow down. Right, left, right. I slow down. Right, left, right. Tap. Right, left, right. I slow down. Come to a stop. I tap for the sit. So yeah, he took that pretty well. If he's not slowing down and he's like a little ahead of you and you continue with the left turn, it's gonna be a little messy. You're gonna end up probably kneeing him in like the arm, stomach area, and then it's gonna make him flip. Break. Hi, it's Reactive Canine Perspective. Today we're going to be teaching board and train Taco, the down command. About the down, has an implied stay. So if we say down, the dog's to drop, and then not sit, stand, break from it until given the break command. So when we're teaching this, we're going to use leash pressure, pulling him down, and then pairing him with the tap. And then after that, I will show another way teaching down with the shoulders. So we're going to start low. We're going to start at 15 because we were teaching something new, things to expect. Well, things to expect for the first time. It's going to be it might be difficult for Taco. So he might just like resist a little bit and just keep taking those hits, and then eventually, with all the pressure, he'll just go down. So right here, I'm gonna put it back into a sit. So here, I'm gonna use leash pressure. Okay. So I'm gonna use my hands instead. I'm not gonna use my feet because he's a little sketched out with like my leg movements. So I'm gonna hold the leash this way. So it's gonna be leash here, remote here, and then my left hand will be doing the shoulder work. So the reason why I am pulling that way is that if he got really tense and wanted to redirect on me, that I'm already pulling this way. So if he were to turn his head this way, I'm already pulling that way. Again, I'm going to be putting pressure on the shoulder blades this way, because that's how he's going to end up folding. I'm not doing it straight down, but with the angle I'm at, it's going straight down, but with this angle with the shoulders, it's going to be in like an angle. I'm not going to use any words, there's going to be pressure right now, and keep drilling it out. And then once I see Taco become comfortable with the pressure, and then I'll incorporate the word down. So again, 15. So here's pressure on the shoulders. I'm not using that much force because I want the e-collar to do all the work. So tap, tap, tap. Here we go. Break. So I'm going to repeat it again. Tap. Tap. There we go. Good boy. Break. So right here, he's trying to go down, but I want him back in the sitting. And he's not in any command, so I wouldn't tap to correct him for going down. I just pull the leash up. So again, leash is going this way. I'm touching the shoulder blades. I give a tap. There we go. And I've never done this before, but he's doing it pretty easily. With the other commands, break, like heel. I saw that he was catching on really quick. So there could have been some previous training because he did arrive with a prong. So maybe the owner worked with him with the prong a lot. So I'm going to touch the shoulders and then give a tap, tap. Good boy. I went back to his working number, break, which is 48. So now I'm going to I'm going to try the leash pressure. Tap. I'm going to dip back down, I'm going to go 30. Break. So with the leash pressure one, we're using our left foot to step on the leash, but he's a little, with the feet, he's a little like sketched out. So it's right here. Shh. So yeah. Break. So I'm just gonna keep drilling out the shoulder ones. I'll do the feet, the leash one. Well, I'll try one more time. So there's pressure right here. I'm not using too much force. I'm gonna pair of taps, so it's tap. There we go. Good boy. Break. I'll do a few more of the leash ones. Tap. Good. Good boy. Break. And he doesn't take food with his training. Once in a while he'll take some, but for the most part he'll just spit it out. I'm going to cue the word now. Down. And then give a tap. Good. Break. If he had a difficult time, but he's still, so if he had a difficult time with that, but he still understood the pressure work, I would just start pairing the word with the pressure. So it'd be like, I'm touching his shoulders, I say down, tap. There we go. And then just keep repeating that. But he's got break, a pretty good concept of it. So the next thing we're going to teach is the sit command. So down, tap, good. Sit is similar to like if he's not sitting for the auto sits. If he doesn't sit for the auto sits, we use leash pressure up and then tap. That's when you're teaching it. Eventually, he'll get the hang of it, and if he doesn't sit, just give a tap and put his butt down. But for here, I'm going to cue the word sit, pair it with the leash pressure, and tap. Sit, tap, 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 tap. There we go. I'm back at the 40s. So it's going to be break. So if he sits, he sits. If he doesn't, it's not a big deal. So sit, tap, good. Break. Sit. I gave a tap there. Down, tap, good. We're going to go to 48. Taco sit, tap, tap, tap. So we'll just keep practicing that. This was my first session with Taco, teaching it down and sit. Again, he's got a pretty good concept of it. Didn't give us any trouble. So we'll end it there. Down, tap.